Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Kibbles and Pookie's Squared Circle. Before we start off with the intro, the following podcast, I have to make an apology. As of last week, our all-out predictions were quite wrong in what we predicted to happen for All Out. Now, because of the time period, and why it's my fault and not both of our faults is because I'm the one who has the podcast, and I waited a good 5 days before putting out the episode. The problem there was that if I would have put it out the next day, we would have a more updated way of seeing the predictions instead of all of our predictions proving to be wrong exactly after I put it out. So as far as our AEW All Out predictions, I apologize for my lateness, and it makes us all look stupid in the last episode. It makes us look stupid, but that's my fault. It's because we had said CM Punk would be not returning for All Out by All Out. He showed up that Wednesday. And we recorded it the Sunday before that Wednesday, so it would have been not as sad-looking for our predictions. We said Kenny Omega would not show up. He might be. Nothing's confirmed yet. But knowing us, let's keep talking about how he won't show up, and maybe he'll show up. And also, Kris Statlander is now injured, which means she probably will not. I don't know if that's going to be the case. Anyway, ring the bell.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a podcast all about wrestling. In this corner, an author and a black belt, Kibbles.
Kibbles? What kind of name is that?
Pookie the Wolf is the best.
I forgot my copies. And in this corner, Pookie the Wolf.
Pookie the Wolf is one of the best.
Welcome to the Kibbles and Pookie's Squared Circle.
Welcome, everybody, to another one. Kibbles is here. He's just,
I'm here.
He's just hanging out.
Just hanging out? Well, you were doing your thing.
I wanted to do a disclaimer.
You wanted to do your thing. So I'm interested to see what the returning timetable looks like for Kris Statlander, specifically because I believe she has the same injury that Bayley had, and Bayley was out for like almost a year.
Oh fuck!
It was a long, arduous recovery process.
I mean, she's done a lot of stuff to her. Like there was one, she damaged her foot doing like one of the. Remember how she used to do the on the apron? She would slide the one leg and then do a flip.
Yeah.
She fucked up her foot that way one time, so she said that was like, I think the same spot. Maybe not the exact same spot, but same area of injury.
Yeah, because I know that. What's her name? Bayley. I saw something about Bayley. Like reached out to her on Twitter and like had posted like get well soon or like something along those lines. Like Bayley posted something, and I think it's because Bayley had the same injury and Bayley was out for like 9 to 12 months.
Yeah, it was really nice to see. She went like, "Oh, you're awesome."
Yeah, so I'm assuming, or at the very least, if it's the same injury, she's gonna be out at least 6 months, if not longer. So she's gone for the time being. There will be no Kris Statlander matches for a while, till at least the new year. So you had brought up you brought up the Kenny Omega thing. So the first thing that I think we could talk about is and I pulled it up here is the trios bracket. So on the left side of the bracket, the first match we have is not the first match that'll occur, but the first match on the left side of the bracket is Death Triangle, and against Will Ospreay and Aussie Open. I totally think that this is one of the matches that could go either way.
It's gonna be fantastic, though.
It's gonna be a fantastic match.
Hopefully they pull out all the stops for Will, because I feel like Will has been kind of tame as far as his Forbidden Door stuff.
I could see
his match with Orange was good.
See, that's interesting because that was probably my favorite match at.
Well, I'm saying like his match with
Forbidden
Orange
Door
was good, But I'm saying the stuff they had him on Dynamite and all that for
Oh, I
was
see what
like
you're
not
saying.
as good as he could have been.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Which I get. It's like don't do all the stuff and don't get injured for Forbidden Door. I
Yeah.
get that.
Yeah, that match could go either way. Whoever. Yeah, that match could go either way. Then the other one, which we're getting this Wednesday, is Andrade El Idolo, Dragon Lee, and Roosh against Young Bucks and Question Mark.
Hey, you're American. You can say Rush.
That's how it's pronounced. It's pronounced Roosh.
How's it spelled?
Rush.
That's Rush.
It's Roosh.
How is it Roosh? There's no O.
I don't know. That's just how
It's
they pronounce
Rush.
it.
That always bothers me, but I'm like, whatever.
This match is interesting because I feel like there's part of me that like almost feels like it could go either way, because depending on who the Young Bucks partner is. But then also at the same time, I'm like, it doesn't matter who the Young Bucks partner is. The Young Bucks are going to win this match.
You think?
Yeah. So if it's Omega, they're 100% winning. If it's Omega, they're 100% going to the finals. If say Omega's not ready and they didn't do, they obviously aren't doing Adam Page. Like if it's Brandon Cutler, like I could see them losing.
Oh my god!
But like if
it
it's
better
Brandon
not be
Cutler, but if it's Brandon Cutler, I could also see them winning.
It better not be Brandon Cutler.
Um,
Have you ever seen the dark match they did?
Yes.
Where it's the three of them.
Yeah. Here's the thing. It was very clear that they had been very clear that they weren't going to introduce trios championships until Omega was ready to return. And now they're doing the whole Young Bucks, like, oh, who's our partner going to be? And then they tried to get Hangman Adam Page, and it was like, no. So then it's like, who do they get? And there's also like the Undisputed like turned against them, and like if they're going to get like, if they're going to be cleared for action soon, like it makes sense for it to be Undisputed against the Elite. It makes sense for it to be Kenny Omega. I don't think it makes sense to do this whole thing if I don't think it makes sense for them to do this whole thing for them to for it to not be Omega.
Yeah, I mean, see,
Here's the thing. I also want to add one more thing. Sorry.
Go for it. No, I'm talking about my personal experience with Omega, but go ahead.
So they with everything being said about like Omega and like the trios championships and like waiting for him and everything, like the only reason I could see them bringing the trios championships in and Omega not being ready to compete is because Omega's not going to be cleared for another like 6 months. And they're like, we're just going to do it now because like it's going to be like a long time before he's cleared.
Going the way that you said with Omega, I feel as if if they do that, it'll be them winning it and then being challenged by the Undisputed Era.
Yeah, that's what I think happens, right?
But then like you have another couple months before Full Gear.
Yeah.
So like, what do you do?
I don't know.
Besides them just feuding the whole time.
They could feud. They could feud the whole time, but not have them be the immediate challengers, like how they kind of do with like some of the other championships, specifically like the tag titles, right? Like Swerve and Keith Lee are like had this mini rivalry with Tony Nese and
the Josh Woods guy.
Yeah, and like they have that championship match. Wait, did they have the champ, or is it this upcoming
the Street
Rampage?
Fight?
Yeah,
against
that was
those two?
That was this week, right?
Yeah, they beat.
For some reason, I was like,
well,
wait,
I think
is
it was
that next
last
week?
Like today's Sunday. They were
like
2
last
weeks
Rampage.
ago. Yeah.
Okay. For some reason, I was like, wait, is that the upcoming Rampage?
Not this
there's
last
a different
Rampage, but
there's a different tag
before.
title match happening this upcoming Rampage, I think, or maybe I'm thinking of a different title.
They had the mixed gender.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking
match. That was good.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. But like they had that mini rivalry with Josh Woods and stuff. So like I could see them having like maybe a 4 to 6 week mini rivalry with somebody, and then the Undisputed attack, and then you have like a good 2 months of Not even 2 months, because if you hit the September, you go 6 weeks out. It's the middle of October. You really only have probably about 4 to 6 weeks till the pay-per-view. So you do a mini 4 to 6 week feud, and then you bring the Undisputed back 4 to 6 weeks to build, and there's your Full Gear
And
match.
I think they do a very good job. If anyone's good at kind of stretching it out, it's the Bucks as far as their inclination with Hangman. Have been doing it for a good couple, maybe like 2 months now. Where they're
They could also do. I mean, like this is essentially for them a new division, and they do the whole like top 5 rankings thing. Like they could totally do a whole thing where like, maybe the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega compete every other week or whatever, but like every week there's different trios matches that are like teams vying to get the top spot and get rankings, because it's a new ranking system. So they could easily like not have a championship defense until Full Gear.
Do you think that will integrate into the tag division or no?
I don't know.
Because like if someone wanted to be like, if someone was a high ranking team on the trios and go, I think we're gonna take one of those guys out and go into the tag division just for like one night or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you're already a high.
Maybe.
Like you know how like.
Does that make it too convoluted?
Well, like, because even like, the TNT and the World Heavyweight is like in the same division.
It's in the same thing, which doesn't make sense.
And so is the TBS and the women's.
Right. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know.
But like, also the TBS and the TNT both have open challenge things, so it's just like kind of
the ranking thing doesn't matter at all.
They're like, oh, we could just do whoever.
Yeah, I'm just saying they could use the ranking thing as an excuse to not have a championship match between All Out and Full Gear.
But to move on to the next group, next bracket, but I was going to say Kenny Omega is like Moxley and Jericho for me, where I do not like them per se, but I think because of the new appreciation I have for wrestling in general again, I think they're just amazing, hardworking people. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like, oh yeah, I'm all on the bandwagon. I just think they're still good, hardworking people. It's like I have a new appreciation for Christian now because I'm like, he works hard, and like Matt Hardy, like people would be like, when I was a kid, I was like, I didn't give a fuck about. I'd be like, I don't care, they're boring. They're not Kane or they're not this person.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't the Dudleys or whatever. But like, I have a new appreciation for everyone who's in that company now because of the fact that like they're working hard at everything.
Yeah. On the right side of the bracket, Trustbusters against Best Friends.
Oh, yeah, they did something with that on Friday night.
Yeah, Orange Cassidy fought
Ari Daivari.
Yeah, that's it.
You can't forget that name, Ari Daivari. Was that Daivari who was with what's his face?
It's his brother.
It's his brother.
Yes.
It's Daivari's brother.
Correct. Daivari that was with Great Khali.
Yeah, Great Khali. I was gonna say. Okay.
I could be,
was like,
I'm fairly certain it's his brother.
It
might not
it's
be
not
his
the
brother,
same
it might
face.
be his cousin or
Because
something.
like I can tell it's not him, like that guy, because
I'm
he's
pretty
a different face.
I'm pretty sure they're related. They might not
They
be
probably
brothers.
are.
It might be cousins or something, but I'm pretty sure they're
If not,
related.
we're racist. It's fine.
I was Best friends, 100%. There's not a shot in the dark that the Trustbusters win.
So Friday night, I don't know if you saw. So on Dark, they did a 6-man tag. The Trustbusters destroyed, and I guess they're going for the guy from NXT. I don't know what the guy's name is. The big dude in Trustbusters.
Mm-hmm.
They're giving off like very big like Brock Lesnar vibes.
Yeah,
because he's blonde hair and he's got like just the shorts and the tattoos all over him.
Mm-hmm.
And then so they destroyed 2 other fucks and Sonny Kiss, and so they were like they kept from beating the crap out of Sonny Kiss, and unfortunately, because of that, they're like, Orange Cassidy beat Ari Daivari. So much fun to say. Orange Cassidy beat Ari Daivari, and then they went into a big brawl, and then of course Sonny Kiss came out and was like, "Oh, relax, guys," and then he betrayed. They betrayed. Sorry, hold on, I could do that again.
I don't know what Sonny Kiss's pronouns
I believe she goes by they. They go. They fuck. God damn it. Hold on. Let me try that again. They go by they, them.
Okay.
So, came into the ring, betrayed Orange Cassidy, and is a part of the Trustbusters now. I guess.
I still don't think there's a shot in the dark that the Trustbusters win the six-man tag
oh,
match.
No. Such a phenomenal wrestler, by the way, Sonny Kiss.
Mm-hmm.
Phenomenal. Fantastic. But anyway.
Yep, not a shot in the dark. Best friends win.
Not a shot in the dark.
This one, I'm unsure of. House of Black against the Dark Order.
I mean, I'm going to say that...
And I'll tell you why.
Go ahead.
If there wasn't the whole storyline with Hangman being like, these guys are a team and I'm going to be in their corner to support them, if there wasn't that whole storyline with the Young Bucks and stuff, I would say House of Black 100%. Yeah. But now I'm like, oh shit, like they could, like, are they planting the seed that we are going to get the finals of the tournament at All Out will be Kenny and the Young Bucks, and then they'll go against Dark Order, and Hangman will be in the corner of Dark Order.
I just had a brain fart. Did Buddy Matthews come back on Wednesday?
Yes.
See, that was another fucking thing we fucked up too. Because I remember we said something about how Buddy Matthews isn't back. Yeah.
We said House of Black won't be in the tournament.
Or we said like Rusev would take his place.
Right.
And now we know Rusev is not going to be joining House of Black. He's like, oh no, I'm going to destroy you. Or he said something along the lines of my
it was
hot
weird.
wife.
Well, it was weird because I was trying to figure out if he was. So
yeah.
I was trying to figure out if he was saying I'm going to destroy you and like that would be and like I'm going to like be against you, or if he was like I'm going to destroy Malachi Black and become the new leader of House of Black.
You know, because he speaks in riddles and talks about
exactly.
the only thing that we're sure of is that he has a hot wife. Yeah.
I love how he's like, you are not allowed to touch me or something like that. And
yeah,
because you're not the hot wife.
Yeah, you're not his hot wife. Jesus. You should know that, Julia. Come on.
That was funny. Also, I was like, also I found it hilarious that Julia Hart was there. Like she walked in.
She just showed up.
And I was like, where the fuck is he that he's in this like dark corridor, but she knew where he was to find him, to talk to him? Like,
she's a demon.
I was so confused by that.
So what is
so here's the thing, if it's I think the Young Bucks tag partner is going to be Kenny Omega, which means they're winning that side of the bracket. So in my opinion, they're either facing House of Black or they're facing Dark Order.
I'm gonna put in a left field curveball, and I'm gonna say best friends, because you got to give the people what they want, and that's not a joke.
Yeah.
I legitimately am going. Whether it happens or not, I don't care if it's what I want. Best friends. Best friends winning it all.
That would be cool. I don't see. I
don't
don't see. Yeah. I think. Yeah. I think. Yeah. I don't know. Dark Order seemed like a weird one for me because they're like in the middle of this like Sting Darby Allin feud thing, and
what do you
I
mean,
was like,
Sting Darby Allin feud.
House of Black.
Oh, House of Black. I think you meant the Dark Order. I was like, wait, what?
House of Black is in that. So
Dark
I was
Order
like,
wasn't involved.
So that's also part of the reason why I was like, okay, does like House of Black lose? Maybe even because of Miro, like do they lose and then Dark Order moves on, and then I could see Dark Order going to the finals because they have the whole Hangman Page is in their corner, and Kenny Omega is who they picked to be their tag partner. And last time we saw Kenny Omega, Hangman beat him for the championship and all that stuff.
Miro is joining the Dark Order.
No, I don't think Miro's joining the Dark Order.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it'd be interesting if his goal was not to demolish House of Black, but to like take Malachi's place.
I think
that'd be interesting.
I think getting over the Dark Order to beat the House of Black, you'd have to use shenanigans, like Miro, or even like Darby Allin, because like Sting's not done with Malachi Black yet. So I'm like,
yeah, that's why I found it weird that
can we not have like Sting's assisted living teen help out Sting can we just do? I just want to see Sting versus Malachi Black, just a normal match.
I thought it was. I don't know if Sting could do a normal match.
He
like
just
without
jumps and shit.
Yeah, but the thing is that he gets to do that and then like chill out for like extended periods of time. I don't know if he could do a one-on-one match physically.
That'd be fantastic.
Maybe he could. I don't know. Can we talk about how hard I was laughing when
talk about whatever you want
when Buddy Matthews opened the casket and Sting was in there, and then he just stood there while Sting like fucking got up out of the casket.
Yeah.
I was dying laughing because it was so fucking. He just stood there. He just stood there while Sting was like, It took him a good 10 seconds to get up to.
Sonny, I gotta get out of the casket.
It wasn't like he popped up.
I'm
Like
not in the grave just yet.
it's not like he popped up after 2 seconds. It took him a good like 10 seconds
I'm
to stand
still
up.
trying to get in here. Hold on.
And he just stood there.
God be with me. I'm trying to get out of this casket here.
It was funny.
I don't know why he talks like that, but that's how Sting talks. Now, he's at a certain age. He just talks. Well, hold on there, whippersnapper. You Darby Allin with your flips and your skateboards and
He's probably old enough now that if his steak comes out lukewarm instead of hot, he
Oh,
complains.
Jesus Christ. That was a us thing. You shouldn't have said anything. The con. So yeah. So then adding on to the whole night, there was something else that happened. Oh, I remember. We'll talk about it after CM Punk's return. Which he's good to go, right? He's good to wrestle. Did he bamboozle us at San Diego Comic-Con? He was fine. He was fake limping the whole time.
I guess so.
Yeah, my foot.
I mean,
I'm old.
I would assume he was at the very least medically cleared enough to run down to the ring and
Wasn't limping.
do a bunch of punches and kicks and clotheslines.
He even joked about being about limping.
Yeah, so I would assume that's our all-out main event. CM Punk versus John Moxley.
John Moxley.
I marked out super hard when Punk's music came on.
I keep saying marked out super hard. I feel like you should have cleaned up yourself afterwards. The way you say it. I marked out super hard.
Marked out super hard. I don't
Oh my god, I marked out super hard. I'm making it sexual. Sorry. Sometimes you gotta go blue
God.
with it. Sometimes you just go blue with it.
God.
Talking about cum. Anyway.
Jericho definitely got a huge cut on his face, puncture on his face from hitting the turnbuckle. I don't know if you noticed.
I don't think I remember it.
Dude,
I just
he
remember
hit-
him looking super young.
He hit.
He should shave more.
Well, he had. Well, and he had the Lionheart. I think he had the same music when he was Lionheart
Yeah.
too.
But he had like the way he looked looked like literally a blast, like just him going back in time.
Yeah. So
And
towards
he did the lion salt thing too and didn't fuck it up.
yeah. So
Sorry.
towards the end of the match,
I remember the turnbuckle that you're
he
talking
went
about.
into the turnbuckle, the exposed turnbuckle, and he came back and he was bleeding, and I was like, oh, he probably like got a little cut. And then like they showed a front shot, dude, and it looked like it was deep on the part of his head. And I was like, oh wow. And what made me 100% realize that like he totally got like cut real bad was in between Moxley winning and the beatdown where Jericho had the fight, the referee gave him a towel to hold on his face to try to stop the bleeding some.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, holy shit, he is bleeding. Like, it must be bad.
Holy shit, his face is fucked.
Yeah. I was like, oh, like that was the thing that made me say like, yeah, this is like a bad cut that he, or puncture or whatever, that like they actively were like, no, we can't have you, like he or the ref or the doctor, somebody was like, no, dude, you're fucked up enough. We need to like hold this on, and like you can't go the like 5 more minutes for this fight, and then we can clean you up.
So what do we do now as far as does CM Punk fight members of the BCC? Does he have his title now and just wait for both of them holding the title?
Personally, I don't think. Well, so that's one thing, right? Are they going to do, since it's an interim title? Is it the same championship? So like Mox will come out with championship, Punk won't. Are they both going to come out with championships?
Are they both
Whatever.
going to be holding the titles?
I would say that I'll say this: I don't think Punk wrestles till All Out. I mean, it's like what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? I don't think he wrestles. I think All Out is his first match.
See, the problem I have with that, and I think you're right, but the problem I have with that is, like the best friends, you got to give the people what they want.
I think he'll have. I think it'll be 3 weeks of just promos with him and Mox.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think he wrestles. Moxley might, but I don't think Punk
I can
wrestles.
see them doing like brawls and stuff.
Oh, they could do brawls and stuff. Absolutely. I don't think Punk wrestles an actual match though.
Yeah, I mean, he has nothing really to prove. He doesn't have to get back up in the rankings. He's technically the champion still. But I don't know. I'd want to see him do at least some matches so that we don't feel like he's, so he's back in the game. You know what I mean? He still got it.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that if there's a longer period of time.
I'll be honest. When he came back, all the matches, like whether it's Powerhouse Hobbs or Matt Sydal, every match I watched it from beginning to end, no matter who it was. I was like, I just like watching him wrestle again. But sorry, I feel like I interrupted you there. But I was just
no, it's fine. Yeah, I don't. Maybe if it was longer, I don't think that he wrestles between now and All Out.
You're probably right. I mean, it's like most things, it's not what I want, but it's probably the case with
at the very least, he's not wrestling this Wednesday, because if he was, it would have been announced by now.
Mm-hmm. So two things. One's small. I know you're worried about it, but Penelope Ford's back. Turns out she's been injured for a good couple.
Why was I worried about it?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's a joke.
Oh, because she's a
But
Philly
I'm like,
girl?
oh yeah, that's right. She has been going.
Because she's a Philly girl?
Kinda.
Okay.
I mean, we don't worry too much about Wheeler Yuta, but
He's a Philly boy.
he's a Philly boy. But also there was speaking of Quake by the Lake. Quake by the Lake, Quake at the Lake, Quake by the Lake. It's Quake by the Lake. It
Probably
feels right.
by
Jungle Boy and Christian.
Jangle Boy.
Jangle Boy. I forgot about Jangle Boy.
Jangle Boy and Christian.
I forgot about Jangle Boy. So Jangle Boy is out on the mic, out on the announcer table, with the rest of them. Match doesn't last long. Who did he wrestle again?
Luchasaurus wrestle?
Yeah. Fuck.
Some nobody.
I know it was a jobber, but because I watch it dark, I'm like, I know who the people are.
Oh.
I want to
don't
say
know.
Baron Black, but that
Some
wasn't
nobody.
Baron Black. Was it a black guy?
I don't know.
I can't remember. Because there's some people who I'll see on there was one I think Wardlow fought, and I'm like, oh, it's so and so from Dark, because I know, because eventually they're going to be the one.
I got no idea.
The one guy that Tully Blanchard had at first as a tag team, the something Agony, Gates of Agony, whatever the fucking tag team is.
Yeah.
There's a one Samoan dude where I'm like, that guy should be hot. That guy should be, and of course he went to Ring of Honor, so technically he is hired with AEW or whatever. Point is that I got way off topic there. I'm sorry. Luchasaurus. Okay. So CM Punk. So Christian starts to taunt all of them, and they hunt right after. I like the fact that Jungle Boy didn't wait. They weren't like, oh, he's going to listen to what he says and then try to go get him. He just fucking said, I'm fucking gone. He just picked up a chair and went. But so I'm guessing what they're trying to do there is have Luchasaurus be banned somehow, because he attacked Pat Buck. And it was he went too far. And I'm like, they're going to have to find a reason to keep Luchasaurus away from this feud, so that way they can have some kind of stakes.
Well, at least keep him away from the match.
Yeah, he has to. I could see him being suspended.
So he can't be ringside for Jungle Boy.
Yeah, for Jangle Boy.
Jangle Boy.
That's what I was like when he hit him, and they were like, oh, he went too far. I'm like, because they kept bringing it up that he took it too far, and I'm like, I feel like they're gonna try to find a way to.
That was also cool, because I feel like it's the first time I've ever seen a tag team where the tag team partner the one guy is being held back by security, and the other guy's like, fuck this, it starts fucking up the security. I like that.
The one I guess idea that I had in my head was someone telling Jungle Boy that that his pet went too far and he had to take him out back. And I was like, that's just a silly way of thinking. We're like, I'm sorry, boy, I gotta let you go. But yeah, I feel like that was the because they didn't do anything as far as making a notion of it afterwards. But I feel like that would be the case.
Yeah, they might say something this week or something.
And speaking of this week,
Maybe Christian will be the one who's like,
he attacked a good friend of mine from another company.
yeah, I could see that being like something Christian brings up, and then that's how he gets like suspended or something, and like he's suspended until after All Out or something.
Exactly. I just got a thing that said Triple H and the WWE aren't doing away with AEW. At least not right now. What do you mean doing away? It's not their company.
They're
The
doing
fuck
away
are
with
you
it.
saying?
They're doing away with it. Don't you know anything?
I know nothing, obviously.
Obviously, Jon Snow.
So, this week, we have Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, versus the Dragon Slayer, which is so convenient because their promotional material is for the House of Dragons.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like they planned it.
Danny Garcia, the Dragon Slayer.
This is another reason why I was like, oh, the match for All Out is Bryan Danielson and Jericho, because in my opinion, right, this is 2 out of 3 falls, and like this is like the blow off of the Daniel Garcia portion of the feud.
Yeah.
He wins, and then fights Jericho at All Out.
Yeah. I like those kinds of matches. Any kind of like special stipulations like Iron Man or 2 out of 3 falls.
It's 2 out of 3 falls, my man. You never know what's going to happen. Somebody could win
Exactly.
2 straight falls.
Yeah.
It's happened.
Wait. What?
Not very often, but it's happened.
You think Daniel Bryan is just gonna squash him and just take both falls?
I don't think so.
When you said it, I was like, wait a minute, that means they won. And I was like, oh yeah, that's what you meant.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
And then we have the Trios Championship Tournament, which we talked about earlier, between Andre El Idolo, Dragon
Andrade El Idolo?
Andrade. Sorry, I was so focused on the Roosh thing. The Rush thing.
Roosh.
Turo Blanco.
I think Dragon Lee's one of their
Does
brothers.
that mean he's the white bull?
Yes, I believe so.
Because Blanco is white.
He's white.
And
Correct.
then Toro is bull?
I think so.
I don't know Spanish. I know what Rush means, and it's R-U-H, and it's not Roosh.
Roosh.
R-U-S-H. God damn it, I'm just fucking up
Roosh.
everything today. Roosh!
I think Dragon Lee is one of their brothers.
Yeah, Dragon Lee is Roosh's brother. He fought
Roosh's
he
brother.
fought him at what was the Ring of Honor?
Okay.
The Ring of Honor event, the pay-per-view.
Death Before Dishonor.
He
Okay.
wrestled him 1-on-1, and that was like the big selling point. Like, brothers fighting for the first time.
I was trying to remember which brother he was.
Yeah, he's brothers with Roosh.
Yeah, and they have a weird team name, Faction del Faction Ignobles or something like that.
Yeah. But it's ironic. I guess not ironic, but the fact that, his brother wears a mask, but he keeps on tearing off other people's masks.
It's not ironic. It's just coincidental.
Oh, sorry.
Futurama.
So Dragon, that's gonna be a good fucking match, by the way.
Yeah.
Whoever the fuck the Young Bucks have.
What if it's Brandon Cutler? Is it still going to be a good match?
Yeah,
Okay.
because the Young Bucks and
Just making
those,
sure, just
those
making
three
sure.
other guys can do some crazy shit.
Just making sure.
But then we have Toni Storm versus Kaylie King. I know who she is. She's been on Dark. She's yeah.
God help me. I need something different in this women's division.
This woman.
Yeah.
That one. You know who I'm talking about. Supposedly trained by Dudley Boys, Billy Gunn. That's it. That's all I know.
Because if they're doing another, I'm sorry. I
Toni
don't want to see
Storm?
another
You're talking
Toni
about Toni Storm
Storm
and Rosa?
Thunder Rosa singles match. I don't want to see another
What if they did a special
Britt
stipulation?
Baker. I could go for it then.
I feel like they should just do, like, you know what they could do, and this is just me like thinking about it, and maybe it's they'd try to find, and we've talked about this before, but not a fatal 4-way, but do Hayter, Rosa, and Storm in a triple threat.
See, that doesn't make sense without Britt Baker, in my
But-
opinion.
The reason that Hayter doesn't win is it's because Britt Baker gets involved and fucks it up for her. And then you can pivot to them two breaking up.
Interesting.
Who Rebel goes with, who the fuck cares?
Interesting.
But the point is that we do, that kind of thing. Because that'd be interesting. I feel like we have to do something where Britt Baker isn't feeling like she's on top of the world. You know what I mean? Every situation, she's like, "Oh, I'm already ahead of it. I'm already 2 steps ahead of it."
Because she is already 2 steps ahead of it.
Okay, so I don't know what they do because Hater's not even in the top 5. It's Nyla Rose, Anna Jay, Athena, and Britt Baker, and then Toni Storm, of course.
Yep.
So
and
it's like
clearly Athena is doing stuff with Jade, so I guess at All Out we're gonna get another singles match with Toni Storm.
God damn it! I hope not.
I have nothing against their first one, and like I enjoyed their first one. I don't feel like it doesn't excite me enough to want to see a second one.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess
and it was
we'll find
interesting that they tried to be like, "Oh, she's #1 now." Like Kris Statlander. I'm like, Kris Statlander's been doing nothing in the main women's title picture. Like she's been doing all this stuff with Jade Cargill. So I'm like, what?
Fucking
why does it
doing
matter?
nothing with her.
I'm like, why does it matter that she was #1 and now Toni Storm's #1?
She is being squandered. Squandered? I used the
Squandered.
right word.
Yeah. And like in my opinion, the top 5 rankings really are more about like whoever's in the top 5 can get a championship match without doing the title eliminator stuff.
I feel like
any one of them could be the challenger.
They squandered Kris Statlander. And then we have the Varsity Blondes versus the Gun Club, which I want to get to the point of what is Stokely Hathaway doing? You have Lee Moriarty, Ethan Page, and now the Gun Club. What is he trying to do?
El Faction del Phantasm.
Did you just make that up?
Yeah.
I don't like it.
He's making his own faction.
You want to give it another try?
Faction del...
Why is it Del?
I don't know.
Why are you making it Spanish? No one's in that group that's Spanish.
Faction de do re mi fa sol la ti da. I don't
like
know.
Hathaway
I
Inc.?
guess he's Hathaway Inc. I don't know. He seems to be making a faction.
Yeah.
And I think the Gun Club lose, and because they keep losing, and their dad keeps being like rah 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 rah.
Do you see what
And
he's doing right now? Where he just keeps going, all right, next week you guys got a match again. They're like, but we just had a match. He's like, no, I don't care. You get another match next week.
Yeah, just keep losing. I think it ends with
Dynamite, and then they went to a Rampage, and then another Dynamite this week. They're fighting the Varsity Blondes.
Yep, I think they keep losing until their dad is fed up, and either he leaves them or they leave him. And
I think
they go with.
I think they're going to leave him
Hathaway.
because they're slowly getting fed up. I think they're either going to.
I think it removes Billy Gunn from TV, and they go with Hathaway.
You think they need to remove Billy Gunn from TV?
I think that's what they're doing. I'm not saying.
I mean, it
need
could be
to.
a thing that he wants to do, where he's like, I'm tired.
I'm not saying it's them removing him from TV. I'm just saying I think it removes him from TV.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying like that's the reason. I'm just saying,
yeah,
Billy Gunn wouldn't be with the Gun Club, so he wouldn't be on TV.
I get you.
You know?
Yeah, it's yeah, you have a point because it's like, but I'm so curious with so many like seeds that they're planting, because they're doing this thing with. They did the Lee Moriarty thing, and then they kind of like moved on. Okay, and then Ethan Page showed up, and then he's complaining, and then they kind of moved on with that. And then like it's just kind of like, just like a little rabbit hole where Ethan Page or Stokely Hathaway just shows up and goes, "Hey, here's my card," and they're like, "That's a really random person for you to give a card to. You gave a card to Lee Moriarty, and now you're giving a card to Gun Club. Why are you doing this?" It's just very strange to me. I'm curious. I'm curious to see what they're doing, because. I mean, if they do have Jade lose the title, where does he do? Like, I feel like he'd go somewhere else. He'd move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
I mean, he could just stick with her and represent her or whatever. But, I don't know. That whole everything that Stokely Hathaway is involved with, I'm still kind of like, where are you going with this? Because, like, even the baddies, I'm like, still like, that Layla Gray chick
Mm-hmm.
and Kira Hogan had a tag match, I think, on Dark, and like Kira was constantly like butting heads with her,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, what is the point of this? And it's not like you're building up Layla Gray. You're just kind of doing your own thing.
Yeah, I think that whole thing just is like I don't know. That whole thing really only happened because Red Velvet got hurt.
Yeah, but like, why keep like doing that?
Enjoyed.
I just don't get why you keep doing like Kira Hogan is so against her being there. Like, she's another person to help. Just stop. Like, if you're gonna
She
betray her,
doesn't like her.
but like, that's what I'm saying though. Like, you could pretend she's a baddie, and then at the end we're like, oh, we never liked you, and then just kick her out when you have Red Velvet come back. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why constantly remind everyone like, yeah, we don't like this bitch.
I don't know.
She ain't a baddie.
They're just button heads. As baddies, they got big opinions.
Do baddies have big opinions?
They do.
I like what they did this week with AEW Games. Evil Uno and Jade Cargill had this whole thing where he'd bring up a female video game character, and Jade Cargill would say if she's a baddie or not.
Oh, that's cool.
Very clever. Most of the women were baddies.
Mm-hmm.
Lara Croft was a baddie, which was, I mean, she has guns. Why wouldn't you say she's a baddie? Peach, for some reason, was a baddie. But she always needs help. She always needs someone to come rescue her. Peach is in another castle, you know? So, I guess...
Maybe she didn't need anybody to come rescue her. Mario's just running around beating up Bowser in Bowser's own castles, and Peach is off in some other castle.
Maybe Mario is a simp for Peach.
Oh my god.
Using modern day terms for old characters. Anyway, you got anything about WWE?
What about WWE?
I don't know. I mean...
do you have anything? I thought you said, do you know what about WWE? I thought it was like a follow-up question.
Two things. Read an article today that said that Rob Van Dam's last match... Kibbles is doing the thumbs. Rob Van Dam. His last match, he'd say he wants to fight this WWE champion. Now, usually they just say that so that way you click on it and find out who it is. Who do you think they picked? It's someone who's on the roster right now.
Are they a champion right now, or was it like
former
that
would
champion?
Give it that would fucking give it away. Yeah, they're a champion right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna back up so if you get it right, I can go. Ding 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 ding.
Isn't Ricochet the Intercontinental Champion?
Wrong. Gunther. Gunther?
Fuck.
Is that his name?
Yeah,
Because I know he changed his name.
something like that.
No. It's someone more prolific.
Oh, it must be Roman Reigns then.
Wrong again. You came close with the Intercontinental. It was the opposite one.
Who's the U.S. champion right now? Bobby Lashley?
Yeah.
Really?
Ding 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 ding.
That's
Yeah, he said he
Interesting.
want his last match to be against Bobby Lashley.
that's an interesting
If
pick.
he could pick someone right now, he said Bobby Lashley
It's
would
an
be.
interesting pick.
But maybe because he fought him before and like had a good match with him.
Maybe.
'Cause I
Or
know
they're
he
like
was around.
friends personally.
They were around at the same time, and before Bobby Lash left the first time.
Yeah, they might be friends personally. That might be why.
Yeah. So getting back to the company as a whole, do you think Trips is doing a good job?
I think it's yet to be seen.
Well, so that we have Dakota Kai coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got the next week we had who came back that Monday? Nobody.
Dexter Lumis.
No, but not yet.
Oh,
I'm talking about
that was
Karrion
okay.
Kross, then Dexter Lumis.
Mm-hmm.
Then this Friday we had what's the fucking group called?
Hit Row.
Hit Row. Don't care for him. You know why? Because the best one is on AEW. The best one from Hit Row is on AEW. The best part was that, did you see the tweet? Someone tweeted and said, "This is great that Hit Row is back. Now just get Swerve back from wasting his time over in AEW." So Swerve commented and said, "Wasting my time." And it showed a picture of him, tag team champion. He said, "Wasting my time." Really? That's just so fucking stupid. It's like people like that. I'm like, why can't you just enjoy both? Why can't you just enjoy people striving?
Well, because they want to say wasting their time because he's in AEW. It doesn't
I
like
don't
if he was
like
anything less
watching
than
AEW.
if he was anything less than the world champion, they could make that comment.
I just don't like it. It's just not as good. It's just wrestling's just it's not good when it's.
Is that the
This is the generic WWE fan.
is that the
hater.
are they also the mouth breather from Hey Arnold? That was always behind
Yeah.
Patty.
Next to who?
Patty Helga.
What?
Wasn't that her name?
That was Helga Pataki.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That's why I was like Patty. You mean Helga?
I flipped them. I
Helga
flipped
P?
yeah.
I just really love it. I acknowledge my tribal chief.
You should acknowledge him. He's like the
Yes.
5th longest running
Yes,
world
tribal
champion
daddy.
in history.
Yes, tribal daddy. I'm gonna go hug my anime Roman Reigns pillow.
Look at the there are very few champions who've had a longer reign than he has.
Let me carve out. Let me work this character out, and we'll just keep bringing him back
Okay.
whenever we talk about WWE.
Okay.
It's so great. They flipped the rig at SummerSlam. It was the best match I've ever seen of all time. It's better. I'm gonna go and say that it's better than the Hell in a Cell with Mankind and Undertaker. It was great. Brock Lesnar is the greatest wrestler of all time. You know he does UFC. What?
No, that's not true. You should have said Roman Reigns.
Oh, I acknowledge my tribal daddy. Now it says it on a shirt. Daddy.
Good.
No, not good. We're getting to weird kink shit. What do you mean? Don't. No one can see what you just did. You can't just do
Listen,
meh.
they've done a lot of weird things in WWE. That's probably pretty low on the
All right, the WWE
weird
fans
totem
leaving.
pole.
I'm done doing that for now. So they brought.
I think that character works in short bursts.
Yeah. We'll bring it.
I
when we
think
bring
the
up
the breathing for too long is annoying.
Yeah. The WWE stuff. Whenever I'm complaining about WWE, I'll bring him up. That'll be a character for now on. It's like the time we had Hook here, who we definitely had here, and it was not fake. People keep saying it was fake, and it wasn't. He was here. He hung out. I texted him the other day, and I said, congratulations on the FTW championship, and he just gave me a thumbs up emoji. So I'm glad for him. I'm happy for him. So Karrion Kross, and then Dexter Lumis, and then we get Hit Row. Who do you think is going to be next? Without the most obvious answer, or at least most wanted answer. Because for me,
wanted answer.
The most wanted. I mean, come on.
Oh, you must be talking about Bray Wyatt.
Oh, that's a little bit higher than I thought. That's actually high. I wasn't talking about someone who's been there. I'm talking about someone who was from NXT and should be moved up to the.
You mean like current? Oh, you mean Johnny Gargano?
Hey, there he is.
Yeah, a lot of people are wondering if Johnny Gargano is gonna show up. I think there's a chance. I mean, I would also say that I would say it's also just as equally likely that he shows up in AEW over WWE. At this point, I don't know what they would do with him in AEW, so I don't really feel like I see him going there.
I would love to see him and his wife show up in AEW, but I could see it not happening.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I could see, like for me, I feel like it's really a 50-50 shot where he ends up. I could see. I feel like both options are equally likely.
It's just like how I wanted Mia Yim to come to AEW because her husband was there, but I'm like, oh, she's in Impact. That's cool. I'm glad she has something. Because would it be interesting for her to come back to WWE? Yeah, that'd be, because I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he was like, because I feel like it's that weird thing of like Triple H is finding those people that people liked. I don't find the value of Hit Row or Dexter Lumis, but the other two I do.
The Dexter Lumis one was probably the Dexter Lumis one is the weirdest one for me.
That's a work. I mean, it's got to be a work.
Well, yeah.
I said even when I watched it, I was like, the security guards moved out of his way, and then the police all of a sudden showed up and goes, oh, you can't be here. What the fuck were the security guards doing?
The Dexter Lumis thing is the weirdest one, I think. The Hit Row, I feel like the main reason for that is that Triple H liked them, even though it sounds like they have backstage heat. I don't know. That's what articles say,
heat?
that other people backstage don't like them, but Triple H does.
Oh, okay.
The Hit Row thing for me almost makes is almost like a, hey, we're gonna take these guys. We're actually going to actually try it this time, because they got moved up to SmackDown and then were released like 3 weeks later. So
I don't know his
Yeah.
body shape, but that one guy who used to do the treasures thing,
mhm.
he looks like he lost a lot of weight.
That's
which
good.
is good.
I would say that Triple H probably would have already gotten Malachi Black back, or had already talked to him if he wasn't in AEW. Because he
So-
was another weird, like they were doing the vignettes,
Yeah, and
and then he came back. He attacked Big E, and then literally the next week he got fired.
So yeah, it's interesting because I would love to see, and that was the thing too, where it's like it'd be interesting to see, not super interesting because we've seen it in another couple, but to see a woman or see a wrestler who is married to someone in AEW come back to WWE. Like if Mia Yim comes to or WWE, it's like, oh, we already have Aleister Black and Vega already there, so it's like that's not unheard of. There's no fighting. There's no it's no gang territory shit. It's just wrestling. And that's why the character I did earlier is obviously doesn't get that in his head. That's to sculpt out that character, he just doesn't understand that maybe he's a one big mark. Maybe that'll be the joke. Cuz we need to put some life into this. Have some characters. You could do a character too.
Yeah.
What kind of character would you do?
I don't know. Don't put me on the spot.
Okay, sorry. I feel like I was you threatened me your back to the wall, don't fucking do this to me right now. I'll fucking punch you.
I like it. I like it a lot.
So yeah.
I like the abuse.
What?
Huh?
Anyway, didn't watch SmackDown. Didn't watch Raw.
Nope.
They went back to their old commercial every 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I didn't know about Dexter Lumis until the next day. I was like, oh shit, Dexter Lumis came back.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my YouTube watching and article reading for now, and if I hear that the show has gotten significantly better in a couple of months, then maybe I'll tune in and I'll start watching again. But I mean, they really it really has to turn around and be and entertain me, especially Raw, with it being 3 hours.
I think
it really needs to be entertaining for me to watch.
I feel like it's the way, and it makes sense, but I feel like it's the way of it's so big now that even the mainstream media is making it full of sponsors to the point where we don't because we're so for me, I'm so used to AEW being this thing that barely any people know, but there was commercial. What was the fucking?
Well, clearly a lot of people know about it. They did Shark Week, and now they're doing House of Dragons.
But I mean, it's not a every person thing, and it's not filled with sponsors.
I know what you're saying.
The triple threat that I enjoyed was brought to you by Sonic. This is how we do Sonic, because that's what the guy kept saying every 5 minutes as I was trying to watch the match. He was like, "This is how." Remember, again, this match is brought to you by Sonic. This is how we do Sonic. I'm like, do you have to say the catchphrase every time? I guess if they pay you the money.
Yeah, they probably do. They're probably legally required to, actually.
Sonic, killing people for 40 years.
Sonic, collecting rings.
Oh, you're doing the character. I'm telling
collecting rings and running fast.
You're doing the video game character. My joke was that food is so greasy and heart-stopping that it's killing people.
Oh.
Because, have you seen some of the stuff they sell? Like a cheeseburger, melt burger.
I have, yeah.
With 2 stacks of beef and nothing but cheese and grease.
I mean, if we're going to go down that route, there's a lot of other companies you can go after, too.
No, I know, but some of the sandwiches they do, I'm like, that just doesn't seem healthy.
Yeah.
They're like, we have the mayo burger. It's just mayo and a burger. Just a mayo and a patty.
Ew.
Anyway, so yeah, I mean the first signs of Triple H's boy, as they say, was Ciampa. So he stuck with it and didn't get fired by the time he could see the actual vision that Triple H wanted to do. Most of the people most of the people that he can't take now are already at AEW. I think of Keith Lee, Cole, and Black. Because I'm sure if they were still free agents, they would be bought up or taken right away. I mean, Keith Lee had such a run, and then he even fought Roman Reigns at Survivor Series, and they showed this guy can be amazing.
Yeah, he was still in NXT when he did that.
Yeah.
Too. It was that was that Survivor Series where they did Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Every match was a triple threat.
Who was part of their team? It was Ciampa, Keith Lee. I'm trying to think of what else was in that part. I'm gonna look it up. But
I don't remember.
who do you think, if we had to find someone who's been fired, who do you think is gonna be next? Braun Strowman?
Maybe. I don't necessarily see Braun Strowman coming back. I feel like Bray Wyatt is probably pretty high on the list of someone who would return, and Triple H would give the creative freedom to do, and maybe whatever character or whatever that Bray does would turn out more successfully, because there's not certain booking things that are being decided. Like the Fiend was kind of booking. The Fiend was kind of like genius when it started, and I'm not quite sure how. I'd have to go back and watch to find where like it started really kind of falling off in terms of the Firefly Funhouse segments. I do know that the Hell in a Cell match with Seth Rollins was kind of like the death. Not quite the death of that character, but in a way, the death of that character. It was like the ending of that match was so awful, it like kind of fucked up that character some. And then the returning Goldberg to squash the Fiend also was officially the end of that character.
Yeah, that was disappointing, and I'm a huge Goldberg fan.
Yeah, but the Firefly Funhouse thing with John Cena was fucking genius.
When you have two big guys, the best you can do is just, whether they're good or bad, the best you can do is just have like a really hard fought bout.
Yeah.
Because you can't have one squash the other. That's fucking. And they've done that plenty of times with people.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean,
I have, for one, I just saw this cross-brand tag team battle royale, which has a lot of people who are no longer with the company anymore.
well, they fired 80-some people last year.
No,
so.
I mean this is like 2019. FTR's in here. FTR, the Edge clones, the what's his face?
Zack Ryder and
Zack
Kurt
Ryder
Hawkins.
and Kurt Hawkins is what I wanted to say, but I was trying to think of his real name. And then the Good Brothers. I'm
Good
like,
Brothers.
they're not even in this.
They're
anymore.
good brothers.
They're Good Brothers. Oh, but the team on NXT was, it shows as that guy who. I don't think this is right. Oh, it must be right. Rusev's here. That guy that's with Walter Gunther. That guy is like his assistant now on the SmackDown. Ciampa, Riddle.
Yep, makes sense.
Lee and Gargano. This is 2009. It says
2009.
2019.
Okay.
Sorry. I don't make the speech with the words good.
Numbers.
But even some of these, like, I looked it up, and some of these are just people putting up matches on the games. And I'm like, well, this is fucking obnoxious.
Should go to Wikipedia. It'll have the.
I will. You know what? I'm going to do that.
I don't know why you didn't go there in the first
Because
place.
I don't trust Wikipedia.
Why not?
It's the devil. It tells people not to get vaccinations. That was a joke. It actually just did Survivor Series. Which one was it? 2019?
Must have been. If not 19, then it would have had to have been 18.
Let's
That's
try
one of those
19.
two.
Yeah, it looks like it is. Shayna Baszler, Becky Lynch, and Bayley were the champions at that time. On
Okay.
each respective show.
So they had a triple threat match.
Did they? Saying about the German announcers. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I
about
bet
that.
you all of the champions had triple threat matches.
The main event was a non-title triple threat match between what you just said.
The 3 champions at the time.
God damn it, doesn't have a list. Okay, here we go. Team NXT was... Oh, yeah, see, it wasn't right because it says Walter, who is now Gunther, Ciampa, Damian Priest, Riddle, and Keith Lee.
Okay.
And then... Who the fuck is Shorty G?
Chad Gable.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and Ricochet were on Raw. SmackDown was Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, King Corbin, Mustafa Ali, and Shorty G.
Cool.
But anyway,
All right.
yeah, I think that's wrapping it up.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
We talked about what's coming up this Wednesday. We've apologized for my latency on the editing of the podcast. And, yeah, we've just had a fun time.
Yes, we did.
I had fun.
So much fun.
I'm excited because I created a new character for this, and that's going to be fun to bring him back occasionally.
Cool. You gotta give him a name now.
He's just gonna be, either probably WWE Fanboy. He's just gonna be called WWE Fanboy
Okay.
because he doesn't like AEW, and he even though he could like both, he just likes WWE.
Rolls right off the tongue.
I feel like you're mad about that.
No,
You're like, whatever, Darren. You're not
being
fucking
stupid.
trying.
I'm just being stupid.
Okay. Well, thank you for listening. Kibbles, what are they supposed to do?
The needful.
Oh yeah, I guess that works. I thought you'd say the whole thing, but
Well,
instead you're
you
like,
asked.
the
You
needful.
specifically
What
asked
are
me
they
what are
supposed
they
to
supposed
do?
The
They're supposed to
needful.
do the needful.
Do the needful.
Thank you for listening. And if you're watching this on your podcast stuff, you can also watch it on my channel, Pookie the Wolf, on YouTube. And yeah, thanks for listening, and we'll see you guys next time.